Well, good morning to all of you.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, uh, I got to see that Vishnu is birthday today, so let us all wish Vishnu a very happy birthday and many happiness in the day for him. If Vishnu is around, is Vishnu there? The birthday boy Vishnu is there.
No, sir.
Okay, in any case, maybe he is gone to enjoy his birthday. In any case, let us all wish him a birthday, a happy birthday, and let us start. Yesterday, we have started with the problem on, okay, yesterday's problem was this. So we have calculated how to calculate the depreciation for different blocks of assets that we have seen yesterday. One block was plant and machinery, for which we have used 15% as the rate of depreciation, and another block was building, okay, other than the residential buildings, for which the rate applicable is 10%. So that we have used and we have calculated the depreciation yesterday. Because why we are calculating depreciation here in this particular chapter? Because depreciation is a allowable expenditure. Okay, the expenditure allowed to calculate the income from PGBP, one can use depreciation as a deductible expenditure. That's why we have to calculate depreciation here. So now moving to the second problem. Okay, again it is on depreciation. Calculate the amount of depreciation on the assets of a mill. Okay, it's a factory. Factory building, the WDV, written down value on 1st April 2019. Okay, in the beginning of the previous year, 2019 was rupees 14 lakhs. Additions made on 1st June. Okay, 1st June 2019 is rupees 6 lakhs. One thing you have to observe here, whether these additions made, okay, additions made here, are they put to use for more than 6 months or less than 6 months? You can see here, since it is 6th of 6th month, okay, so it has been put to use till 2020 April. So 6 plus 6 plus 4, okay, 10 months. Okay, it is more than 6 months. So we can use the 100% depreciation rate allowable for this particular block of asset. The next thing is the part of factory building which was destroyed by fire, for which the insurance company accepted the claim for 60,000 and scrap value realized amount to rupees 10,000. Okay. So you have to understand here that in this problem, they're mentioning that a part of the asset, okay, a block of the asset, part of it caught fire, okay, caught fire and destroyed by fire. And that was claimed from the insurance company, and the insurance company gave rupees 60,000. And whatever was remaining out of the destroyed, okay, asset, the leftout was sold and scrap value, okay, they realized 10,000. So this entire 60,000 plus 10,000 is nothing but liquidation. Okay, liquidation in the sense there was some asset which got destroyed, and okay, the company received, or the uh, person received, okay, a compensation kind of a thing, okay, for that. So let us see how to calculate depreciation for this. Okay, and what is the allowable rate of depreciation for this factory building? It is 10%. Okay, 10% is
10%.
the allowable depreciation rate allowed. If the building is used for housing or something of other purpose, then it is 5%. If it is a factory building, then it is 10%. Plant and machinery, 15%. Plant and machinery, it is 15%.
50.
To start, Okay, let us see the first one there. In the sense, what is given? The WDV, okay, at the beginning of the year. The beginning of the year, how much is that? At the beginning of the year, what was the written down value of the asset, block of asset? It is 14 lakhs. Okay, it is how much? So at the beginning of the year, it is 14 lakhs. Written down value at the beginning of the year is 14 lakhs. To this, there are some additions made. Add additions made on 1/6/2019. How much was added? 6 lakhs. 6 lakhs was added. And then you have to subtract, okay, because a part of the asset was what liquidated, in the sense it got destroyed, and equal that asset got converted into cash, okay, in the form of compensation. So how much you have to subtract now? That less is, okay, we have to subtract insurance claim received on the building destroyed by fire. Okay, how much is that? 60,000. Okay, 60,000 has to be subtracted. Okay. Then one more thing is, like, they received scrap value. Okay, scrap value of realized. Okay, so they received how much? 10,000 rupees there. Okay, they received 10,000 rupees, okay, in the form of okay. So the total value of the asset at the end of the year, how much is that? Okay, if you do all this, 14 lakh,
19 lakh.
how much? In 20 lakhs, subtract 70,000. Total value of the asset at the end of the year. Okay, 20 lakhs minus 60,000 minus 10,000. Okay, 20 lakhs minus 70,000 is 19 lakhs 30,000.
30,000.
Yeah, 19 lakhs 30,000. Okay, so this is the total value of the asset at the end of the year. Okay, for this, okay, we have to find the depreciation. Okay, depreciation at the rate of how much? Factory building 10%. Okay,
10%.
10% is the depreciation. So that comes to how much? Okay. So it is 10% of 19,30,000. Okay, how much is that?
1,93,000.
1,93,000. Correct. Okay, 1,93,000. Okay, so this is the answer. So the answer is depreciation at the rate of 10% of 119,30,000. Okay, this is the answer is, solution is this. Okay, this is the solution. So here we have to only find the depreciation. Okay, nothing else. So this is how depreciation is found. See this 10%, 15%, whatever rates are there, sometimes it will be given, sometimes it will not be given. Okay. So what I am using here is all the latest figures, 2019. Okay, it is 10%. See, there are some changes that have been done for the rate of depreciation. And see, whenever it is 2019 here, you have to apply the rate applicable for that year. And whatever problems I'm solving here, they're all corresponding to the latest years. So you have to use the latest rates of depreciation. There have been some changes in the rates of depreciation, which I will tell you as and we go to the problems. Okay. So this is how we have to solve or calculate the depreciation. Okay. Getting this? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now to the next problem. Okay, it's a very typical problem. So this is now we are entering into little 7 marks problems. Okay, bigger ones could be coming for 10 marks. This is 7 mark problem. Okay, let us just read this. So now there is a, okay, it's a different problem now. Okay, it is not about calculating depreciation. Okay, all depreciation will be given and you have to find out the taxable business profit. Okay, so income from business, whatever we are going to use, so that we are going to calculate here. Okay, so when it comes to these kind of problems, what is given here is the net profit of business of Mr. One person, a trader or whoever it is. Okay, a businessman, as disclosed by its P&L account, was rupees 3,25,000 after charging the following. Okay, so he has stated that his profit, okay, is 3,25,000, and he has mentioned that these are the charges that he has used. So first one is municipal tax. Okay, municipal tax on house property let out. Okay, bad debt written off rupees 15,000. Provision for bad and doubtful assets, doubtful debts. Provision for taxation, depreciation allowance as per rule. Okay, compute taxable business profit. See, how do we start this kind of problem? Says we first take, okay, this is the format, net profit as per, okay, P and L account. Okay, so in this case they have given directly the net profit. So they have given net profit as per P&L account. How much is that? 3,25,000 they have given here. Okay, in the sense he has declared it 3,25,000. You have to take that 3,25,000. Okay, so 3,25,000 is what he has declared as net profit as per his calculations. And see, for this kind of problems here, main thing is we have to first identify what is net profit given, and we have to add back, okay, add back disallowed expenses. Okay, See, we have to find out of all these here, okay, which allowances or which expenses are not allowed as per the Income Tax Act. Okay, so he has said that he has used municipal taxes on house property let out. Okay, see, municipal taxes on house property let out. Okay, see, in PGBP, you have to understand one thing is, if the expenditure is personal in nature, okay, we cannot consider that as an allowable expense. And also you can see here, the first one here, the municipal taxes on house property let out. Okay, so this person, Mr. Bhavish, has got property, okay, house property, and he has given it on rent. For that house that he has owning and he is receiving rent, for that property he has paid a municipal tax, okay, municipal tax of 3,000 rupees. See, this municipal tax on house property let out is personal in nature. Okay, personal in nature, so we cannot allow this as an allowable expense. So the first one is, okay, municipal tax on house property. So this is not allowed. Okay, this is not allowed. So we have to add it back to our profits. Okay, add it back to our profits. So we are adding all this. Okay, we are adding all this. The second one is which one? Bad debt written off. Okay, so this bad debt written off, it has appeared in the books of accounts, and whatever bad debts this person Bhavish has gone through, has written off them, some of them because they are unrecoverable. So this is an allowed expenditure. Okay, this is an allowed expenditure. So we should not do anything with this. And then third one, okay, so bad debt written off is a permissible expenditure, so we will leave it. And third one is provision for bad and doubtful debts. Okay, see, this provision, any provision for that matter, is disallowed. Okay, provision is not allowed. If the expenses are actually incurred, only then it can be allowed. Okay, so no provisions are allowed. Okay, so this provision for bad and doubtful debts. Okay, so this is not permitted, so we have to add it back to the profit. Okay, in the sense our profit is going to increase by so much. Okay, he has mentioned only 25,000 here, but by adding these things back to the profit, the business profit is going to be more. So when the profit is more, the tax is also going to be more. Okay, and third one, okay, let us see next one. Provision for taxation. Okay, again it is a provision. Okay, it is again a provision. So any provision is not allowed. Okay, all provisions are disallowed. So we have to add them back here. Okay, provision for taxation. Okay, provision for taxation. This is not permitted. Okay, so 15,000 is again added back to profits. Okay. And then depreciation. Okay, they have given depreciation. As I said, depreciation is an allowable expenditure. Okay, but then depreciation is rupees 25,000. See this next adjustment here. Depreciation allowance as per rule is only 20,000. Okay, so he has claimed a depreciation of 25,000. Okay, but then the IT rule says that only 20,000 is allowable, not 25,000. Okay, the sense he has claimed excess 5,000 rupees here against depreciation. So the excess 5,000 rupees depreciation that he has claimed, okay, which is more than that of what is allowed, that should be added back. Okay, so I'm going to add back excess depreciation claimed. Okay, so how much is excess depreciation claimed? Okay. So he claimed 25,000, but Income Tax Act says only 20,000 is permitted. So the difference, okay, difference of 5,000. Okay, so difference of 5,000 is excess. So that should be added back to the profits. Okay. So excess depreciation claimed is how much now? 5,000. You're getting this? Why 5,000? How I got
Yes, sir.
it here? Okay. Because he has used depreciation of 25,000, okay, which is allowable. But then the rule says that only 20,000 is allowable. So the more, whatever he has claimed more here, okay, claimed more here, that should be added back. Okay. So what we've done now is we have so this is the format. We have to first consider net profits as per P&L account, whatever is given there. Then add all the disallowed expenses. Okay, add back to whatever extent they are allowed. Then there is one more component here, less disallowed incomes. Okay, disallowed incomes or disallowed revenue or disallowed income, whatever it is. Okay. So in this case, okay, the sum of all these disallowed expenses is how much now? If I add this, 20,000.
39,000.
39,000.
Correct. Okay, good. 39,000 is the disallowed expenses. Okay, this will get added back. So disallowed incomes or revenue. Okay, they're not mentioned here any thing which can be disallowed as an income. Okay, you can see if you see here. Okay, so whatever he has given, we have used all of them here. Okay, that means under disallowed income or revenue, nothing is there, so it is nil. Okay, if something were here, we should have subtracted this, but now, okay, so whatever remains now, see, taxable business profit. Okay, taxable business profit so taxable business profit is how much? 3,25,000 minus 3,25,000 plus 39,000. Okay, it is not subtraction, it is add, isn't it? Okay, so it is not
3,64,000.
correct. Okay, so you have to add all this because it is add. Okay, add. Less is there that we should have subtracted, but then we have to add all this. That comes to 3,64,000. Okay, so 3,64,000. You can see here, he has mentioned that 3,25,000 is what he is claiming as net profit, but then as per income tax rules, he has to pay tax for 3,64,000, not 3,25,000 that he has mentioned, okay, as per his P&L account. Okay, so this is the format of calculation of taxable business profit. Okay, so these kind of problems are going to come for 7 marks and 10 marks. So here we should remember certain things like which are the disallowed expenses, which are the disallowed incomes or revenues. We should know them. See, as we see here, we can make out from the way I am solving here, like, no, so any taxes, anything that are related to personal nature, they are all disallowed. Provisions are disallowed. Supposing he has paid insurance premium, okay, life insurance is again disallowed. Okay, life insurance, income tax paid, okay, income tax is again personal in nature, that is again disallowed. Okay, so we have to take care of all these things while solving these kind of problems. They are very easy, but then only thing is you should know, okay, which one should be used where. So let us go to the next problem now. Come to the next problem. See this. You have to compute income from business or profit from business, okay, which is going to be taxed. Okay, from the following. So again, the same format we are going to use. What is the format that I told you? Okay. First, add all the see now let us see in this entire P&L account where is net profit given. Okay, so you can see this N bar P. Okay, here down. If you understand, if you read this profit and loss account here, salaries is given. Okay, so these are all debit side. This is credit side here. In the debit side, they have given salaries, household expenses, income tax, gifts, business expenses, LIC premium, bad debt reserve, N bar P. This is nothing but the net profit. Okay, so he is claiming that his net profit is so much, and they're given this. You can just leave. Okay, by gross profit, we're not interested in this. Okay, so we want the net profit. How much he is claiming? Okay, so first thing is net profit. Net profit as per P&L account. How much is that? Okay, 1,11,000. How much? 500. Okay, so 1,11,500. Okay, is his net profit. So as we did in the last problem, we have to add back disallowed expenses. Okay, so we have to go on finding now which expenses are all disallowed. Okay, so these are the expenses side is left hand side here. Okay, left hand side. So we have to go on checking which are all disallowed. Okay, let us see first now salaries. Okay, salaries is allowed expenditure, so we will not do anything with this. Okay, this is allowed. Okay, salaries is allowed. Second one is household expenses. Okay, so household expenses, these are personal in nature. Okay, household expenses is personal in nature, so this we have to add back. Okay, this is disallowed, so household expenses. Okay, how much is household expenses? 2,000 rupees. Okay, 2,000 rupees is disallowed. And next, let us see next one. To income tax. Okay, again income tax is personal in nature. Okay, income tax is personal in nature. Supposing he has paid excise duty or GST or customs duty, those taxes are allowed as allowable deductions. Okay, because they are related to the business. But income tax is personal in nature, so income tax paid. Okay, income tax paid is disallowed. Okay, income tax. How much is that? 900 rupees. Okay, disallowed. Next, we shall see gifts. Okay, so he has given gifts to some people which are again personal in nature. Okay, to gifts. So these gifts are not permitted. Suppose the same gifts are given to the customers or clients. Okay, which would help him in furtherance of his business, then that is allowed. But simply giving gifts to whomever he want is not allowed. So gifts are again gifts, okay, are personal in nature in this case, so it is disallowed. Okay, let us see next, which is that to business expenses. Okay, business expenses are allowed. Okay, business expenses are allowed, so we are not going to add it back. Okay, to LIC premium. Okay, again I said life insurance company premium. So LIC is taken on whom? Persons. Okay, individuals, persons. So again this LIC premium is personal in nature. We have to disallow this. Okay, LIC premium. Okay. LIC premium is not considered as a business expenditure. Okay. So next is bad debt reserve. Okay, you can see here. So he is maintaining a reserve for which he has debited so much. Okay, in a sense, he is adding so much to reserves. So if the bad debt expenses are actually there, then it is allowed. Okay, so as I said earlier, anything going for provisions or reserves are not allowed. So we have to add it back. Okay, bad debt reserve, we have to add it back. So one is bad debt reserve. Okay, so we have to add it back. This is not allowable. Okay, 800 rupees. Okay. So that is what they have given. Okay, you can see here on the credit side there are no incomes given, only gross profit they are given as the which one, the business. So it's only so much less disallowed